Hello and welcome. This is Michelle with PaperStampInk. So I'm having a little bit of trouble getting this set up in the right mode here, but I just wanted to pop on today and share with you some ideas with this Little Ladybug stamp set. And this is a cute set and it's great for some fun Valentine cards. So it's not technically a Valentine card set, but I just think these are so adorable, the ladybugs, and it's got some great sentiments too. So you're cute as a bug and you're so sweet that I think are fitting for Valentine's Day. And just an FYI, this is one of the free items that you can earn during celebration when you spend $50 or more. And we have a second release coming out March 4th that you can earn the dies that coordinate with this stamp set. I am okay with fussy cutting, but I can't say I'm a huge fan of it. So I'm excited to get those dies when they come out. So it'll do all the work for me. But let's go ahead and I want to share with you this paper. If you haven't seen it, this is the paper that the set that I'm using of paper. And these have such fun prints. They're double-sided, of course. So I've got scripts with both sides to show you guys what's in the pack, except for this one because I cut this one up and that's the other side. But you're going to see that when we make our projects. So great in these colors of real red and flirty flamingo. Lots of fun with those papers. And you can hopefully pick up some of that foil accents that are on a lot of these sheets of paper. So let's see, what are we going to make? Well, I kind of had some thoughts, but I haven't exactly put the cards together. So we're going to do it together tonight on camera. So I cut apart some pieces just so I'd have some ready to go. And I wanted to play with the flirty flamingo and black. I love the black accents on the on cards, especially with the black in that ladybug. So I do know that I have this piece that is 4 1/8, this piece of basic black, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I am going to mat the flirty flamingo. Boy, that's a hard one to say. Flirty flamingo on that is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and get that matted down so we can start adhering our pieces. Now I started with a square of 6 by 6. That paper does come in 12 by 12, but I had some cut down to 6 by 6 so that I was doing some paper shares and I had some left. And so I want to use that and I'm going to create a pocket, but we're not going to pull things in and out. So it's kind of a faux pocket, I guess, in a way. But this is a square. I took that, cut it to 4 by 4, that 6 by 6 piece, and then I just cut on the diagonal from point to point to get that triangle. And let's go ahead and adhere this piece down. We'll get some of our pieces ready to go. Now I've brought out my Stampin' Blends and my Stampin' Write markers, but you could use your colored pencils to do the coloring. And these little ladybugs are so quick and easy to color, even this flower. So you don't have to have, a perfect technique for coloring. I sure don't, but it is kind of a fun way to go. So let's go ahead. I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to bring in our little trimmer that we've got here, and I'm going to cut this down to 3 by 4 is what I was thinking. 3 by 4. And this is, let me make sure I've got enough length here. This is the little trimmer that you can get when you become a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! During celebration. So you get this for completely free, as well as 48 sheets of designer series paper from the new catalog. And all sorts of other great goodies as well. So I'm going to mount this. Actually, let's not mount that. Let's do our stamping first, just in case I mess up, right? I want to get that stamping done. So I'm going to come in with this beautiful large flower. And when I've got a large image like this, I like to turn the stamp over and stamp from the top. And I'm going to put this fairly close to the center. And then we've got our flower image, and let's go ahead and stamp the little ladybug. And I think I'm going to use, this one that's flying in. That's just adorable. So let's go ahead and stamp that on a scrap piece of Whisper White. And I'm putting that kind of towards the middle because I'm going to end up punching that out is what I plan to do with this one. If you've got this ladybug stamp set, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. If you don't have it and you like ladybugs, give me a thumbs up. I just think they're so, so cute. And again, they're so simple to stamp with. Let's go ahead and get that laying. I think that's about where I'm going to put that. So my flower, bring you back in camera, is going to just be poking out of there. And I think that this is dry enough now that I can go ahead and color on it. And I'm going to use my pink, let's say Flirty Flamingo pinks here. And the Stampin' Blends are very forgiving. So I'm going to come in, and I actually like to put down a base layer first in the lighter color. So they come in a light and a dark, all of our Stampin' Blends, to allow for easy blending. And I am just getting this on there quickly. I'm trying to not hold you guys too long with this, so I might not be super precise, but hey, once you see those little ladybugs, how cute are they? Nobody's gonna care. So I got my light color on, and I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna highlight some of these lines with the darker Flirty Flamingo. So I'm highlighting those creases, and then I'm just going to come back in with this lighter color and blend those out just to soften the look of those lines a little bit. Of course, you could just color this all one solid color. You don't have to do the blending. Just gives it a little extra touch there. And because I don't want to introduce another color right now on this, I'm actually not going to color the leaves and the stem on this. I am just going to leave it with that little pop of color just like that. Let's come in. Let's see. I think I'm going to use the You're Cute as a Bug. Let's see if I can fit that in there. I think I can fit it in there. I might have gone a little higher than I wanted to on that. But we're going to try and squeeze this sentiment in up in the corner there. You're cute as a bug. There we go. It goes over a little bit, but hey, I think that you can still definitely get that sentiment from it. Let's adhere this down to our basic black layer. And then we can color in that cute little ladybug. I'm bringing in my basic red again for this, and I'm just going to color in the wings on this one. So very quick coloring the wings, and I guess this little part of the back that's showing as well. You could get a lot of variation and shading in this if you like, but I think I like the really bright, bold red on this. So this is the real red dark that I'm coloring in here. And this actually has several ladybugs in this stamp set. So I'm using this one that's flying right now, but we've got 3 other large images, and then these little guys here. They're kind of rolling around on the ground. I think they're cute. We're going to punch this out, and I am going to use my 2-inch circle punch. I've already punched a 2 1/4 inch piece of basic black circle. Pop this up on there. And I'm going to adhere this down and then add my pocket over the top. You could definitely have this be one that you pull out from the pocket, but I just wanted the look. I didn't really necessarily want the functionality, but I do like to have that on an angle coming out. You could put it straight up and down if you prefer. It's all about making it yours. So just because I do it a certain way doesn't mean that you have to do it the same way. So I'm not real great at following along with comments while doing the live videos, but I will promise to come back in after I am done with this live. I promise to come back in and actually and see your comments and respond to them. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and comment and let me know. Gonna pop this up on some dimensionals. Sometimes it's fun just to start with a few products, and that's what I did tonight. Is I just grabbed some coordinating cardstock. I knew I wanted that pop of black in there, but I picked the Flirty Flamingo and the Real Red that we're going to use on the second card. I'm actually came up with 2 card designs tonight from the designer series paper. And you know what? Let's add a little Winkostella, because hey, you can never go wrong with some Winkostella. We're going to put some glimmer on those wings. Just jazz it up a little bit there. Oh, so pretty, so pretty. All right, so there is card 1. Now, I do have some of these from the Gingham Gala. I think that's what the Gingham Gala sequins, I believe. So maybe we'll put some of these on there as well. You definitely don't need them, so I just wanted to add a little bit more. And you know what, I'm gonna kind of cover up where I went over the line there. How about that? We're just gonna hide that, and I'm gonna put 2 more on there. Let's see, put one over there and one right there. So leave me a comment. Let me know how many cards you're sending out for Valentine's this year. This is card number 1, and I will put those dimensions on my blog. Sometime it might not be tonight, but I will try and get these out there sometime this week for you. But you got all the dimensions there, except I don't know that I mentioned this layer. So this was 3 by 4, and the black was 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So just a thin matting layer on that one. I did have this little strip of black that I thought about adding on there too, and I probably still could do that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that we should add the black or leave it as is? I kind of like that little bit of added black, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try and sneak that on there. It definitely would have been easier to do it before I mounted the black panel, that's for sure. But we're going to try and sneak it right in here and use the paper snips to trim those off. I just like how it kind of defines that edge a little bit more. And I'm going to let that set before I come back and trim those edges. Let's move on to the second card. So I'm starting again with a Whisper White thick base, and I've got my Real Reds and Flirty Flamingos, and I thought we'd use the back side of that paper, although I just love, look at all the foil in that. If you couldn't see that earlier, I just love that. It's so pretty, so pretty. So I'm going to come in, and these are still pieces left from that original 6x6 sheet. So we're going to get a whole nother card out of it, and I still have these 2 pieces, so I could definitely make very easily another one of card number 1, and then I have this little piece left over there as well. So I'm just mounting these strips on some of the Flirty Flamingo. Seems a shame to cover up this beautiful polka dot foil, but I want to get a different look this time. And we're going to put that one right there, but let's see. I haven't used that ribbon yet, and let's see if we can pull that ribbon in. I think I'm just going to do a little knot around that panel there before I adhere it down. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know tying bows, not my thing. I seem to have a bow tying deficiency, so we're just going to go with a simple knot. So left over right, and oops, and I need another hand, right over left, and pull that nice and tight. And then I'm just going to trim off these at an angle. Oops. Let's see. I want to keep my angles going the same direction there. All right. So let's go ahead and let's mat these down on the Real Red base. And I will get you these dimensions. I think that this is 2 by 4. This is 2 by 4 1/4, if I remember right, and this one is 2 by 4. So very close to the same dimensions. I'm going to pop this one up on some dimensionals. Don't be stingy with your dimensionals. They're very inexpensive. They go a long way, and you don't want to have a saggy card. So make sure you put an adequate number of them on there. And again, don't forget to use the edges. So make sure you don't throw these away. Cut those down and use those for longer strips, or just cut them into smaller pieces. All right. So now we've got the start of our card, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that on the base. And let's see, I think I want to use a different one of those little ladybugs this time. And where's the one? I think I'm going to use this little guy with the flower. Just so cute. So I'm going to bring in another scrap of Whisper White here. A large scrap of Whisper White there. And we're going to go back to our Memento Tuxedo Black. Now if I wanted to get these, now if you see this stamp, these are not solid. So if you're thinking that your stamp is not stamping properly, those little circles on the ladybug, they're not meant to be completely solid. So don't get frustrated. But if you want a darker, crisper look, definitely you can bring in your Stamparatus, and it's not going to completely fill them in, but it is going to make it a deeper color. Now, if you really don't like it, let's play a little bit here, because if that's really bothering you and want those really nice and dark, bring in your Stampin' Right markers, and we can go ahead and just fill those little dots in. Let's fill in this area. These little, I don't know what those are. They like kind of make me think a little Elvis sideburns. I don't know what part they're supposed to be, but, and there you go. You can just go ahead and fill them in if you don't like, and we'll make this a little bit more solid there too. So, doctor your stamps up. Do what you would like with them. And I've decided to bring in my Stampin' Right markers this time. It's just another one of the coloring mediums that we have available with Stampin' Up. And we're going to use this to get that nice, deep, dark red on there. Now I got to decide if I'm going to go with the Flirty Flamingo for the flower or go with a yellow. I brought one of my, I think I've got Daffodil, yep, Daffodil Delight out here that I'm kind of thinking I like. Not sure if this is supposed to be red as well, but I think it is. I think that's part of the body and the other is part of the wing. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill that in. Now these do have a fine tip and a brush tip on those, as well as the Stampin' Blends. And okay, we've got this on our card. You know what? I'm going to punch him out first, and then I'll decide. I don't know if it's a him or her, but I'm going to say him. And let's go ahead and stamp that out, or punch that out. Our circle. I'm going to put this together while I'm deciding what color to color that. So I could go with a little pop of yellow, or I could stay within the color palette that's on there. Let me know your thoughts on which you think. Little Daffodil Delight, or stay with, I don't have a flirty flamingo. Boy, I cannot say that word. There we go. My flirty flamingo. Stampin' Right markers. Try and say that 10 times fast. I can't do it. I can't even do it one time fast. Come on. You know, I think I just like the cheerful little yellow. I'm going to go for it. And I think I'm going to bring in my fine point. Just a little pop of, you know what? Actually, my favorite color. I love purple. If we're going to go with a different color, let's go with nice bold purple. See, I asked you guys your opinion of 2 choices, and then I just changed it up on you completely. Sorry about that. So if you feel passionately about one color or the other, hey, on your cards, throw whatever color flower you like on there. I just think that's kind of fun. I love purple. So we're going to put some dimensionals on this side and glue on this side. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to add one over here and one over there, and then take these off and put some glue. Because this panel's already popped up, I need the dimensionals on this side so that it sets properly. There we go. Oh, I got that off a little bit. And come in and give it a little trim so it's not poking out from the back of my card. There we go. Tuck that in and pop that right there. And then got this other sentiment that I'm going to bring in another scrap piece of paper here. And we've got oh, you're so sweet. I forgot to put my cover on there, the picture. So let's go ahead and let's do that. I haven't used this one yet. And if you aren't familiar with the new cling stamps, we'll go ahead and just put one together here. Now they do come in the case with backing on here. So you need to take that backing off. It's similar to this little plastic cover piece. Some people like to take half of these off on the lettering, and some people like to take the whole thing off. I tend to like the whole thing. I'm going to try and do this without getting my head in the way. You just take your time to line those up and then peel this back. Do take your time though, because these are super sticky. Okay, and you don't want to get it in there in the wrong place. They're way better than the clear mount that we used to have. So these are not going to be falling off of your blocks by any means. So I could bring in either my Real Red or my Flirty Flamingo for this, but I want to stick with just using the one ink color. And I'm thinking I'm just going to freehand this. Let's see if I can get this even. I know that side's not even. That's okay. Because we'll come back and straighten this up. Sorry, I can't talk and cut. If you could see my mouth as I'm trying to do this. It's kind of entertaining, but I won't subject you guys to that. I'm just going to do a little tag on this end. And we're going to come in here. And put that right off the side of this panel. Let's see, could do it down below or up there. I think I kind of like it down at the bottom. A lot of making cards for me is just playing around with ideas and moving things around and trying new items. Now, I don't have any real red bling, and I like my bling, so I'm going to come in here and I'm actually going to use, I like to do it better with my blends. They dry a lot faster too. So I'm going to come in and do some coloring, do some different sizes here, and color these clear rhinestones. So the rhinestones are great, those clear ones. Well, that just doesn't want to behave. And because they can be colored any way you like. So very, very versatile in that way. I've got a fuzzy there. We don't want the fuzzy on the card. Put one down there. And I am going to color a couple more here. I hope that you found this helpful and gave you some inspiration and some ideas on how to use the Little Ladybug stamp set. If you are looking for any of these products, you can hop on over to my blog at www.stampinup.net. You'll also receive more inspirational ideas there, as well as shopping links. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd invite you to do that and make sure you hit that little bell so that you don't miss out on future projects. Again, here are two cards. Oops, I didn't come back and doctor this like I told you guys I was going to. All right, let's see. I'm gonna come in and just trim that corner, and we're gonna trim this down there. There you go. I think I definitely like that black on there. Thanks for tuning in with me today. You have a great evening. Until we meet again, make sure that you grab your paper, stamp, and ink and do something creative. I'll head on over as soon as this is uploaded, and I'll answer any questions you guys have. Good night. And stop.